Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, guys, on YouTube? It is Simple Clay, and we are back at it again with another video here on the channel. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day wherever you guys are seeing this video. We're going to be doing a killer tier list based on how much fun I have playing as the killer for the specific killer I'm playing as. If you guys go on to enjoy today's video, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, let's get right into it, y'all. So here we go. So we have the DBD killer tier list right here. We have all 42 killers right here, as you guys can see. I've kind of stretched it out a little bit because there's like ads playing in like the background of this stuff right here. So I don't really want you guys to be able to see that. But anyway, so here we go. We're basically going to go basically all in order right here. So we're going to start with like Trapper here and then all the way down to the first, aka Vecna. So let's start with Trapper here. Now, Trapper, obviously the first killer ever. Obviously Trapper, to me personally, how much fun do I have playing as Trapper is very interesting. I feel like it's more so RNG luck when it comes to Trapper, because literally the only good thing about this Trapper, in my opinion, or about Trapper, is the fact that like if people do step on traps, and me personally, I don't think he's like that fun, but I don't think he's like horrible to play as. So I'm just gonna give him like a nice like solid C tier. Like I think he's like okay to play as, honestly. Now every once in a while, do I go like perkless Trapper, see how lucky I could get and maybe get like a nice 4K? Yes, I do, but majority of times I just get absolutely just obliterated by bully squad. So there's that. So I think Trapper, to me, guys, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but me personally, I think Trapper's just he's kind of whatever at that point. Wraith. I actually don't mind playing Wraith. I think Wraith's uncloaking and cloaking ability actually kind of is kind of fun. Actually, I actually think it's pretty interesting, you know, with the strategies when it comes to like trying to down survivors with his like uncloaking and cloaking. I think he's actually not that bad. I think he's like a solid B tier, in my opinion. I think Wraith, honestly, to me, is like he's a very simple killer. Sometimes simple is actually pretty good, in my opinion. So I'm actually gonna put Wraith at B tier. Hillbilly. Usually I don't really play Hillbilly that much, but when I have, don't get me wrong, do I think his chainsaw and like be able to go fast throughout the entire map is good? Yeah, I do think that's pretty cool, but it really just depends on the type of maps you give a Hillbilly. If it's like a more open world like map or something like that, if it's like really open, then it could be pretty fun. But if it's like really like close, if it's like indoor map or something like that, it's probably not gonna be too fun, honestly. So Hillbilly, to me, I'm just gonna put him at C. Like, I mean, he's okay to have fun with, I guess, honestly. So I don't know. To me, Hillbilly is just like kind of whatever at that point. The Nurse, oh boy, I have kind of a beef with Nurse, honestly. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I think she's a great killer? Absolutely. But don't get me wrong. I think, to me personally, she's like the most stressful like killer to play as, honestly. I just think Nurse, to me, if you are not good with Nurse, which I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I played like maybe 3 games or 4 games with Nurse. I don't think she's really that fun to play as, honestly. So, but don't get me wrong. Do I think she is a great killer if you're good with her? Yes, but me specifically, just because I'm not really good with her, I'm sorry, I'm gonna actually put her D. Now, if I was good with Nurse, I probably maybe put her like an A or B. I'm just not very good with Nurse. I just don't think she's really that fun of a killer to play as, honestly. So I'm just gonna put Nurse at D tier. This might change, you know, maybe like the next year or something like that when we do hopefully another one of these. Michael Myers, obviously we got Myers right here. Honestly, I've been playing a good bit of Myers recently. I gotta say, it's been pretty fun. I actually really do like playing Myers. When you get like that really awesome, like I think it was like the evil mode. Oh, he's so fun to play as, honestly, because literally all you could do is just literally go sprint burst and literally just freaking one tap someone. It's actually insane. And I really like his stalking ability too. So I'm gonna put Myers at A. And that might be a controversial one because I know now a lot of people like Myers. It's either they really love Myers or they really hate Myers. Me personally, I love Myers. I don't think he's like the most fun killer though, but I think he's definitely a pretty fun killer to play as. Oh boy, we got the Hag. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't think anybody's really gonna, you know, disagree with me on this one. I'm just gonna put Hag in D. I just setting up traps, like it takes so long to like set up the traps, and most of the time like you're not gonna be able to even get people to step on the traps too. So like to me personally, I don't think Hag's really that fun of a killer, honestly. Sorry. If you guys are Hag mates out there, I'm sorry about that. But like me personally, I just don't think Hag's that really fun of a killer, honestly. The Doctor. I've been kind of playing a little bit more Doctor recently, trying to get better with him. He's not that bad, honestly. It's just the only thing I really can't stand about this killer is how much like shocking you have to do, and like the shock abilities and all that stuff. To me personally, that's just so annoying to deal with, because you're trying to get survivors to not drop the pallets and all that stuff. And like me personally, that gets kind of annoying. But I think it's kind of fun to use, honestly. Yeah, so I'm gonna put Doctor at B. I would put him at A if he just wasn't constantly laughing like absolutely like an absolute maniac like most of the time, but I'm gonna put him at B. I think he's a pretty solid killer to play as, honestly. Huntress. I mean, I don't play Huntress like that much, but honestly, I think she could be a pretty fun killer. Like, honestly, the only problem I have with Huntress is like her movement speed's a lot more slower than most of these killers in this list, and obviously in the game. So I will say, dude, like throwing axes around the entire map and like potentially getting like some nice trick shots is really, really fun. Honestly, I have to say, I think Huntress would be a really fun killer. I think I don't really play as her that much, so maybe that's why I'm kind of like trying to figure out if I really want to put her S tier. But honestly, I think she's a pretty fun killer to play as, honestly. But I will say, if you are missing a lot of your axes, though, like, it's probably not gonna be that fun of a game, and you're gonna have to go to the lockers and get a nice little reload of like the axes and all that stuff. So I don't really know, but I think Huntress would be actually really fun killer to play as. So I'm gonna put her in S, honestly. Bubba, I know there's a lot of people that really like playing Bubba. Personally, I'm not really one of them, unfortunately. I'm not really good with Bubba, unfortunately. So I'm gonna put him at C. Like, he's not like horrible, maybe like compared to like Hag or something like that, or maybe even Nurse, but personally, I just don't really think Bubba's like that like fun. All you're doing is just literally getting close to people and doing a chainsaw. Like, that's literally it. So it might be fun to some people. I don't really find it fun, honestly. So now we have Freddy Krueger. Ooh, Freddy Krueger. I'll be honest, I think Freddy's a pretty underrated killer to play as, honestly. I'm gonna put Freddy. Oh, this is tough. Ooh, this is tough. It's either people really love Freddy or they hate Freddy, honestly. I feel like it's kind of similar to Myers, honestly. Like, if you don't like Freddy, you're not gonna, if you don't like playing as him, you're obviously not gonna enjoy him. But if you do like playing as him, you're gonna really enjoy him. So his Dream Surge is cool. I do like that. It kind of gives, you know, people to like slow down a little bit. And obviously the Dream Pouch is cool. The Dream World too, you know, getting people to go to sleep and all that stuff. That's pretty cool, honestly. I'm gonna give, now again, this is my list, okay? By the way, this is my list. I'm not saying like this is gonna be overall wise list, guys, for you, okay? This is based on my list. This is how much I have fun playing as a killer. I think Freddy to me is actually a pretty fun killer to play. I think to me, Freddy's pretty cool, honestly. I think he's starting to become one of my favorite killers, honestly, because I remember playing him back in the day. He really wasn't that fun, but now I actually think he's pretty fun, honestly, because I think the recent buffs they did with him is really good. So that's pretty fun killer right there with Freddy Krueger. Pig. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I think Pig's not that good of a killer? I don't think she is, but honestly, okay, I don't think she's that good of a killer, but honestly, I actually really like having I actually like having fun with Pig, honestly. I think she's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna give her A. The crouch ability is cool, you know, you're kind of stealthy like, you know, and then you're able to get like a quick like little sprint burst or something like that. I know it's not sprint burst, but you know, like holding down like the left trigger button or something like that, and then basically just going crazy, you know, trying to scare people. And the reverse bear traps are pretty cool too. So I think Pig's actually pretty fun to play as, honestly. So I'll give Pig an A tier. Clown. Clown's very interesting to me. I like his bottle abilities, honestly. For him to be able to get like a nice like little speed haste or something like that, and then be able to like slow down people with like the pink balls and all that stuff. I think that's pretty cool, honestly. And his perk, Bamboozle, is absolutely one of my favorite perks in the game. It's basically where you vault the window and then basically the Zyra cannon go back to the window and all that stuff. Pretty cool, honestly. So it's tough because I feel like there's not really a lot of people that play Clown. Like, I know I've seen some people P100 Clown, but to me, I'm gonna give Clown A. I think he's actually a pretty fun killer to play as. Like, if you're able to like really do good with like your speed bottles and like your sold out bottles too, he's actually a pretty fun killer to play as. So I'm gonna give Clown a nice little A tier right there. Spirit. I know there's a lot of people who love Spirit, and I don't blame them, but me personally, guys, I don't think Spirit's that fun to play as. Like, the whole phase ability, maybe it's just because I don't play Spirit that much. Maybe it's just because, again, I don't play Spirit much, but I just don't think she's that fun to kill her. Like, all you do is just phase around people and try to guess where they are, and basically that's it. Like, that's really nothing like too crazy about her. I don't think she's like horrible though, but I'm just gonna give her like a C tier. Like, I mean, again, it's probably just because I need to get used to playing more Spirit wise, but personally, I just don't think she's not that fun to me. So I'm gonna give Spirit C tier. Legion. Legion is very interesting. Obviously his frenzy tag, where basically you can mend people automatically, is pretty cool. But then like if you're not getting your hits with the mending frenzy ability, dude, it's probably could not be a very good game. Now, am I that good with Legion? Not really, but I don't think I'm that bad with Legion. So I'm gonna give Legion B tier. I think he's like, he or she's not that bad to play with, honestly. So I'll give Legion a nice solid B tier. Plague. Obviously, from my recent video, guys, I think Plague is actually really underrated killer, and I think she's pretty great. There's so many different tactics when it comes to Plague. It's like, are you trying to go for an M1 hit? Or are you trying to get like the, the throw up ability? Or are you trying to get like the corruption? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's really interesting with Plague. I think Plague to me is an A tier. I think she's actually pretty cool killer to play as, honestly. So I'm gonna give Plague an A tier. Obviously, Carly, if you're watching this video, I know you're a big time Plague killer main, obviously. So shout out to you right there. But yeah, I really do enjoy Plague, honestly. She's pretty cool. Ghostface. I love Ghostface, man. I really do. But do I actually think he's fun to play as, though? Honestly, I would say more so. I'm more so on the side of yes. Just because the stealthy ability, like being able to stop people and like, going around the corners and all that stuff, like the sidewalls, there's all that stuff is pretty cool. The crouch ability is pretty cool too. I don't know if I want to give Ghostface an like A. Like, I don't think he's as. Yeah, I gotta give him A. Yeah, I gotta go Ghostface. I think he's actually pretty fun killer to play as, honestly. With like his like crouch ability and like the stalking, like going around the corners and like trying to one hit people is pretty cool. So honestly, yeah, I would give Ghostface A tier. I know some people don't really like Ghostface, but me personally, I think he's pretty fun to play as. Again, I don't think he's that strong of a killer, but I think he's actually pretty fun to play as though. Demogorgon. Demo dogs. Oh, it's interesting. I think Demogorgon's not bad killer. Do I have fun playing as him though? Honestly, yeah. But do I have fun like compared to like maybe Ghostface, Freddy, Michael Myers, and all them? Probably not. I think Demo is a pretty like he's pretty solid. I would give him like a solid B tier. I think Demogorgon's a pretty fun killer. Like he's like a solidly fun. I don't even know if that's even a word, but you know what I mean. I think he's solid, honestly. He's a solid killer to play as. Do I think he's a pretty strong killer? I think so, honestly. I think Demogorgon is a pretty strong killer, but on the terms of fun side, I think he's like solid, honestly. Omni. I don't know if it's just me. I don't think Omni is really all of that. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're the type of person to get like an instant hit, like in like the first like 20-30 seconds of like the game or something like that, then it can honestly be pretty fun with like his like spell or his what you call it, like his like rush attack and like his one hit, like just boom, you know what I'm saying? Like it'd be pretty fun, but if you're not good with that dude, then it's probably not gonna be a great game for you. Personally, like I think Omni's like he's all right killer. Like I would give him probably like a B tier, but I don't know. I'm not really the best with Omni, so that's why I'm probably gonna give him a B tier right there. Now we got Death Slinger. Death Slinger, good old combat shotgun, whatever you want to call it, sniper, something like that. It's pretty fun, honestly. Yeah, I think Death Slinger to me is an S tier. I think Death Slinger's a really fun killer to play. I was like, dude, you're literally using a gun, aiming, hitting people, dragging them towards you, and then just boom, mending them instantly. Like it's pretty fun, honestly. So yeah. If you're not hitting your shots, though, it could be pretty not so fun for you. But if you're hitting your shots, dude, he's actually really fun killer. So yeah, I'm gonna give Death Slinger S tier. Pyramid Head, aka the Executioner. Ooh, that's tough. I play a good bit of Pyramid Head, but I don't like go crazy over him though. I will say, I don't really go crazy over Pyramid Head. So. Oh man, I don't really play as him like that much, but when I do play them, like it's a solid. Yeah, I'll give him a B tier. Honestly, I don't really have a lot to say about Executioner, but I think he's actually a pretty solid killer to play as. Now we got Blight. Blight. Okay, he actually did just get a recent nerf, unfortunately, so may not be as fun to play as, and may not be that good of a killer like he used to be. I still think he's not that bad of a killer to have fun, at least. I'm gonna give him an A tier. Now again, I haven't played like the recent update with him being nerfed and all that, but when I last played him, he's actually pretty fun. Like him being able to like go super insanely fast and like hang the walls and all that stuff. It's pretty fun, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna give Blight an A tier, honestly. I think he's pretty fun to play as. Now we got the twins. The twins. The twins is interesting because I think Victor's pretty cool, but playing as I forget his name. Is it Claret? I think it's Claret if I'm not mistaken. Let me know in the comment section down below. she's whatever, I guess. I think Victor's side, I give him maybe like an A or B tier, but Claret probably like a C, honestly. So I'd probably just give Twins like a B. Like it's probably like it's a solid killer to play as, honestly. So we'll give the Twins a B tier. Trickster, I do like Trickster. I think now is he a good killer? It kind of depends. If you're good with your blade attacks, then he's pretty fun, or he's a really good killer. But if you're not, then it's probably not gonna be very good. But his main event, if you get his main event, dude, oh yeah, it's gonna be a good time for you then. I give Trickster a B. I think he's a solid killer to play as, honestly. I would give Trickster a B tier. Nemi, we got our boy Nemi, Nemesis, Resident Evil. His tentacle attack is really cool. The zombies are pretty cool too. His like Thanos fist hitting you is really cool too. Yeah, I would give Nemesis an A. I think he's actually really solid. He's a really fun killer to play as. Now, do I think he's like the greatest like killer to play to actually have fun? No, but I actually think he's a pretty fun killer to play as. There's just so many like different tactics when it comes to him. He's actually really fun. So yeah, I would give him an A tier. Pinhead. Now, I don't own Pinhead, so I don't know if this is really like going to be like that hot of a take. But his like chains and all that stuff, it does seem pretty cool. I think Pinhead would honestly be a really fun killer. Now, have I seen gameplay of him before? Yes, but obviously I don't own him. So again, this is my experience. So I don't know. Pinhead to me, I think he'd probably be a pretty fun killer. Like with all the different chains, you know, you're trying to get the people on the chains and wanting them and all that stuff. So that'd be pretty cool, honestly. So I would give him probably an A tier, honestly. I think he'd be pretty cool. Artist. So I think Artist is a good killer. I would give her like a B. Now, is she a fun killer? Honestly, I'm sorry. I don't think she's that fun of a killer. Like the crows and all that is pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. Like being able to like detect survivors and all that stuff is pretty cool. But that's really all she does. Like there's really nothing else that's like really interesting. And like the crow attacks, like I guess that's cool. I would give her maybe like a C. Like she's like okay to have fun again to play with, but I don't really have that much fun while I'm playing Artist, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna give her a C tier. Sudoku on Rio. I actually really just recently got into playing this killer. There's actually a good bit of tactics when it comes to this killer. Being able to teleport the TVs that the people don't get the tapes on time, then basically you could just mori them until, you know, they're basically corrupt with it. And then being able to manifest and unmanifest and all that stuff is pretty cool to be able to like teleport. Yeah, I think Sadako's a really fun killer. I would give her like an A tier, honestly. She's not very good when it comes to like chases, but like using the TVs and wanting them is okay. And then being able to manifest and unmanifest too is pretty cool too. So yeah, I would give Sadako an A tier right there. The Dredge. Huh. The Dredge. This one's interesting. I played so much Dredge before, guys. It was like getting pretty bad, honestly. Personally, I think Dredge is actually a really fun killer. I think it's actually really fun killer, honestly, because I think being able to like teleport to lockers is really cool, and also gain like a knife ball to become everything dark in the map is really cool. Yeah, I would give Dredge an S tier. Now, does it get kind of a bit annoying with like, you know, people are locking up the lockers and all that stuff? Yeah, that's pretty annoying, but other than that, dude, I think Dredge is actually a really fun killer, and really like his chase music too. So yeah, we'll definitely like playing Dredge a lot, dude. He's definitely one of my favorite killers to play as. Mastermind, aka Wesker from Resident Evil. Honestly, just simply playing Wesker to me is an S tier. I mean, like, dude, using me able to use like your freaking, I don't even know what it's called, like your I don't even know what it's called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But like, basically being able to use that is pretty cool. Being able to like speed up throughout the map is pretty cool too, honestly. So yeah, I really do like Wesker a lot. I think he's definitely an S tier killer. Now we have the Knight. Going up against Knight is absolute hell on earth, but me personally though, I think playing as the Knight is really fun. Now, do I think he's like the most fun killer to play as? It could be honestly up to a lot of people, because It really just depends on how well do you like know how to use your night guards and be able to like summon them to come out and basically, you know, spot the survivors, and then basically you're trying to block the, you know, different pathways for the survivors, you know, try to get away from the other knights that your knight is actually using. So I think Knight's A. I don't think he's the most fun killer, but I think he's a pretty fun killer, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna give Knight an A tier right there. Skull Merchant. I mean, God, dude. I mean, can we be for real, dude? Do any of you guys actually have fun playing Skull Merchant? You guys actually have fun? All you do is simply put your drones in places, see if you detect them, and if you get detected, then basically you just go to them and basically just try to find them. But at the end of the day, like, that doesn't really do much, because then it's just like, well, then you're trying to like corrupt them from like getting the gens done. All that. That's just, no, I'm sorry, I don't have fun playing Skull Merchant. Like, she's such an underwhelming killer to even play as, honestly. So yeah, sorry y'all to the two people that have P100 Skull Merchant. I'm sorry, I just don't think Skull Merchant is even that fun to play as, honestly. So yeah, Skull Merchant is definitely a D tier for me. Singularity, S tier. Come on, I mean, like, being able to get the biopods and like look it through the cameras, basically getting your biopod on the survivor, and basically if it detects them long enough, you basically just teleport to them. Or if you get the biopod and you're close to them, you can basically see the auras, use your biopod technique, go to them, teleport, break the pallets instantly, and boom, you basically M1 them. It's actually incredible. I love playing Singularity. Now, do I think he's a great killer? Absolutely. But is he probably the hardest killer to really master? Yes, in my opinion. Because like, there's just so much techniques when it comes to him. Like, you're trying to like get the biopods to like gens, you're trying to get him through pallets, trying to get him to like hooks. I don't know, man. Singularity though, he's just such a fun killer to play as. Like, there's so many techniques, but I'm not the great Singularity player. I'm not really, honestly, but when I do play him, it's pretty fun. So I'll definitely take Singularity S tier right there. Now we got Xenomorph. Xenomorph to me is interesting. I do like his like tail attack. I think that's pretty cool. Being able to like teleport to like the little like caves and all that stuff is pretty cool too. The turrets is kind of annoying, but other than that, it's not too shabby. I give Xenomorph probably like a B tier. Like, I think he's like a solid killer to play, to have fun at least. So we'll definitely take a Xenomorph a B tier. Good old doll looking ass Chucky. Yeah, that's S tier. Just gonna say, I think Chucky to me is a really fun killer. He's one of the most fun killers to play as. Like, being able to like go to like undetectable mode, because like you're in quiet mode, and then basically use your slash and dash attack is pretty cool too. Yeah, I think Chucky to me is a really fun killer to play as. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna put Chucky S tier. Unknown. Man, Unknown. I mean, what a killer. Seriously, being able to like use your clones whenever like at the time it clocks up and all that, and then basically you get your clone to go there, and then basically when it's up and running, you can teleport to them instantly. It's pretty incredible. I have fun playing Unknown. I've kind of declined a little bit when it comes to Unknown though. Like, when I first started playing it, oh absolutely, I love playing Unknown, but I'm gonna give him like a highest A tier. Like, he's kind of a bit on the decline, unfortunately for me, because there's just so many other killers I would rather enjoy than him. But honestly, Unknown, a very fun killer to play. So we'll definitely put Unknown in A2 right there. Now we get to a killer that I have really grown into fall in love with, the Lich, aka Vecna from Dungeons and Dragons. Man, I tell you what, when there's so much stuff to learn with this killer, it is unfathomable, dude. First off, you got the casting fly one. You basically just sprint around the entire map, and boom, you're able to go track down survivors. Also paired that up with like the Nemesis perk, where basically you can like detect survivors like the beginning of the game for like 9 seconds or something like that. That's great to like cast your fly spell, go to them. And then the aura ability, basically you like use your orb and basically just fly around like certain sections of like the map to detect auras from other people, hear the heartbeats and all that. The bones, like the 5 like bone, I don't even know what it's called, you guys know what I'm talking about. That's pretty cool too. And then using like the casting hands, pretty cool too, to like, you know, try from survivors to even like put down pallets, and then when they put down the pallets, you can put them back up, and basically you can try to get an M1 on them. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, to me, Vecna, absolutely a fun killer to play as. I'm starting to really fall in love with him. Not like that, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I really do like the Lich. He's a really fun killer to play as. Easy S tier. Dracula. I haven't played Dracula that much recently, but when I do play with him, I do tend to have a good bit of fun. It really just depends on how well do you use your bats, see if you can find the blood trails from other people, and then basically you would use your Dracula base, like actually use Dracula, use your fire attack, and hey, if you're able to get in one hit on them, then boom, change to the wolf. They're gonna have like little orbs. Basically, you could go a little bit faster, get a nice little speedy haste, and boom, it'd be a lot more quicker to use that. So there's just so many different stuff when it comes to Dracula. Do I think he's like the most fun killer I play with him? Man, this is tough. I don't know. It's really tough, honestly, because it's like at the beginning when I was playing with him, dude, like I didn't even know like what I was really like supposed to do. But now that I've kind of like mastered Dracula, yeah, I'm gonna put my S tier. There's so many different stuff when it comes to Dracula. Maybe not as much as like Vecna, the Lich, but like there's just so much like fun stuff when it comes to like him. Like being able to use the wolf, being able to use like your fire ability, using the bats to go like search for survivors, like their blood trails and all that stuff is really cool. So yeah, I'm gonna give Dracula S tier right there. And then we got the Houndmaster with the good old doggo. I think the premise of this killer, I don't think she's a great killer, but I actually do think she's a pretty fun killer to play as. Like being able to use like the chase attack with like the dog, and then basically you can like, you know, research the dog, and then basically you actually use the dog to like track down the people, get him to bite the survivor, and then basically you just go up to them and one them, and then you can do the search one, which basically means you could go behind the dog and basically go even faster, and then if they do find the dog, then you can see like the heartbeats of people. It's pretty cool. I think to me she's a pretty fun killer. I don't think she's like top S tier, you know what I'm saying, but I definitely think Houndmaster is a pretty fun killer to play as. So yeah, I'm gonna give Houndmaster A tier. The Ghoul. Ugh. Man. I tell you what, man, the Ghoul to me is one of killers like I'm not the best at. I'll be honest. I'm obviously not the best with the Ghoul, but I've started to kind of understand how to kind of play the Ghoul a little bit more recently. So like being able to use like your arms and all that stuff to like get like fly across throughout the entire map, and then if you basically get to that survivor, you basically eat them, mend them, and then basically get like in the range mode or something like that. That's pretty cool, honestly. So I think fun wise, S tier. I think Ghoul is a really fun killer. Now I do think he's just a tad bit overrated. Just like I'm not saying like overrated as like, oh, he's a bad killer. I'm saying like people gas up this killer like it's like no tomorrow. It's actually insane. So, but I think, me personally, I think Ghoul is a really fun killer to play as. Then we get to my boy Springtrap. I mean, do I even need to say, guys? Like, he's absolutely D tier. Okay. Kursu. Got you guys. Yeah, Springtrap is my favorite killer. I'm just gonna say right now, he's my favorite killer. He really is. Like, the fact like you can use his axe to not only hit people, but if you miss, you can basically go around the axe, gain a good bit of pace for a good bit if you have Foxy's hook as an add-on. And then you also have the security cameras. You have the security doors. You can literally teleport throughout the map in like a span of like 3 to 5 seconds, dude. It's actually incredible, and they're even next to gens too. So yeah, absolutely love Springtrap. One of my favorite killers ever. I'm so glad they added the FNAF clap. When they added the FNAF chapter in DBD, dude, that's literally when I came back to DBD like full time. It's actually been incredible. So yeah, absolutely love Springtrap. I think he even got above too, so he's probably gonna even be better. But yeah, definitely love Springtrap. Absolutely one of my favorite killers of all time. Now we get to the Kursu. When I first heard of the Kursu, I instantly knew like, oh, Kursu would be a really fun kill, because not only does you have your head, not only do you have like, not only do I think Kursu is really cool looking, we also have your head form, which basically means you can like use like the leeching, like if they get to like leech 1, leech 2, and then you even got like the flowers, to be able to eat them to get rid of the leech for survivors. But if you get into like fully leech mode or something like that, you can basically go to head form, teleport to them, go underneath the ground, and basically get to them, and then just basically use your head form, and boom, basically you're good. But one thing I really love about Kursu is her spit ability. Not like that, if you know what I mean, but I really do like her spit ability to like spit out blood, go across like an entire section of like a certain area, and if they do get hit with the spit of blood, then instantly leached, and then basically you go to your head form, basically attack them with that. It's actually incredible. So absolutely Krisu, one of my favorite killers. I love her. She's incredible. So yeah, absolutely S tier for Krisu there. And then we get into the final killer of this tier list specifically. Again, I'm recording this on April 9th. We get into Vecna, aka the first from good old Stranger Things. Now, do I think Vecna's a good killer? It kind of depends on how do you play him. Are you basically just going for your M1 attacks? Are you basically going to go for your Vine attacks to basically get into turning the clock, basically into the upside down? And then basically when you use your Vine attacks, then they become like actual attackable, attacks to these survivors. And it's just really good. And also you got your, going to the upside down, teleporting through certain, sections of the map. There's so much stuff when it comes to Vecna, but personally, I really need to say it. I mean, he's S tier. He's a very fun killer to play as. Now, do I think his movement speed kind of lowers him a little bit? Maybe just a little bit, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Because like, if you're good with like your Vine attacks, if you're very good with like using your your upside down, teleporting throughout the map and all that stuff, then it's gonna be a really fun game for you. So yeah, I absolutely love playing Vecna. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Stranger Things. I love Vecna. He's really great. So yeah, boys, that's it. That's gonna be my tier list. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm actually gonna turn my camera off so you guys can be able to see this. But yeah, that is my DBD tier list for all the killers into Dead by Daylight as at the time of recording this. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I appreciate you guys as always. I'll catch you guys in the very next video. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out, y'all.